On today's episode of Talking Pictures, Soulja Boy is a winner, Dora the Explorer is a loser, and we review the entire year that was 2018. Let's get rocking.
Oh, hi, Mark.
And then the musical drop, and now it's just us here. This is a Jack and Jack podcast. Welcome to it.
That's right.
We do not do the hi-yas because we don't have the charisma or the looks that is Henry. So we will just proceed the way we do it. Jackie, here comes the boys podcast.
I know. I was thinking maybe, I was like, what could we do? Because we've tried to do the hi, which granted, I just nailed it. But it is lacking a certain bit of oomph that Henry just brings to the table week in, week out. He's prepared. There's a reason why he does the hi-yas. I was thinking, what could we say? And I for some reason was settled on Shabbat Shalom.
I think that's fair. We're a couple of mentions.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah.
Jack and Jack here.
I would like to apply for a loan.
Yeah.
It's just a good office quote there.
We need to see if, we gain any traction here so we can finally be the real replacement for Mike and Mike in the morning and just have Jack and Jack in the morning.
Just rapping.
Just little rap sesh.
Talking pictures, talking things.
Here's what happened yesterday. We're going to recap that, and here's what we think might happen today. But yeah, we got a special podcast today.
We got a special one. We'll go through a couple of the normal sections. We're doing winners and losers. And then beyond that, all we're going to do is we're going to do 2018 in review.
Yes, this is our year in review podcast. Fortunately, Henry's not here. This might not be our last podcast of the year because we have, I think Hen and I are going to bring the podcast equipment home to DC with us. And then either just do a Hen Jack podcast, an O'Shea podcast, or we might have Connor, who filled in for you one time.
He did so admirably.
He did so admirably. And we'll also do it in Henry and My Childhood Room, which is a comical bedroom.
God, yeah. I was going to say, this place has been literally custom built to be like our own like dream radio station, basically, where we have ridiculous posters, the decorations, the interior design in our house is ridiculous.
Yes.
Just objectively speaking. But even more so is your and Henry's childhood bedroom. It is hilarious.
It's crazy how much this looks like me and Henry's childhood bedroom. Like, and the best part too is like our bedroom is, I remember my mom, when we moved into this house, my mom saying like, instead of paying for wallpaper or something to paint, why don't you guys just cover it in posters? Which is hilarious because I feel like the conversation usually goes the other way.
I would have loved to see what the standards were for a poster. Because now as you walk through, it's like a museum. But you have some very little known like 90s professional wrestlers all over the walls.
Oh, those weren't 90s because those were like 2005. But still, we have like a lot of WWE.
You have multiple Shawn Michaels Comeback Kid posters.
Yes, we have a signed John Cena poster. The movie posters we have as well are like Beer Fest, which is awesome, but it's like Beer Fest. It's all movies that came out like around that time. And then we also have, the best part of what we have in our room is like Gary Sheffield Yankees poster and like Kerry Collins Giants quarterback poster. Like
just some classics, some Agent Zero, some Gilbert Arenas on the wall.
Ichiro Suzuki and whoever the Japanese pitcher was on the Mariners.
It was Kaz. It was the closer,
And it was like a Japanese version of the Mariners poster. We have so much old sports memorabilia that at the time, but now like looking back, like it's like, it is a museum. If you go in the room, you're like, oh, this is, it's like you took a snapshot of 2003 to 2007.
And obviously me, who just, we're congruent people. We like the same thing. So that nothing in there, it was like out of, in the woods for me.
Yeah. But
it's awesome to go through it. And because it really does put exactly who you guys are in perspective. Like, I don't know how many people really dug Master of Disguise. Our age group loved Master Disguise. I think there might be a Master Disguise poster up in there.
There isn't a Master Disguise, but we did love that movie.
You know what I mean, though? Where it's like all those, like you just said, Beer Fest. In my mind, Beer Fest is like a top 10 comedy of all time.
Yeah.
And then if you ask anybody else, it's like from wasn't born between 91 and 95, it's like, fuck that movie. That movie absolutely sucked. No one went and saw it.
Yeah. I'm just pumped I'm pumped to record there just so that the people who watch on YouTube like and subscribe. By the way, do like, subscribe, do the review thing, rate us, do it all. Hell yeah, after last week, we got like 10 new subscribers on YouTube, so we can finally rename our YouTube channel so that you just go youtube.com/talkingpicturespodcast. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Because that's what it's all about, is branding.
It's branding. Okay? Some money would be nice. That's all I'm going to say.
And the chicks are awesome.
And the chicks are great. But yeah, I'm pumped for people to see that. But moving on to today's podcast, so we're going to start with winners and losers. Neu, you want to start with your winner?
Yeah. And mine's my winners usually is a little bit roundabout of a way of clearing this winner. But my winner is Shia LaBeouf's hit movie Eagle Eye.
You're a big winner.
Interesting.
How could that possibly? It wasn't even up for contention.
No.
It wasn't even nominated.
It also was like 12 years ago.
It's a stand-up flick.
Yeah.
Anyway, why is that the case? So often with these movies, the entire movie is based around this crazy technological device that doesn't exist. That's kind of the point of it. That's the creativity of the movie. You see, Back to the Future, we predicted time travel was going to be a thing in 2015. Obviously, it's 2018 now. As far as I know, we're nowhere near this technology. And so often is the case with movies where they predict this technology and then it never once even has a chance of being created. Eagle Eye freaking said this thing was going to be a thing, and now it is a thing. Taylor Swift at her concerts now, because she's had such an issue with stalkers, her security detail uses this facial recognition software. So all the security cams are communicating with one another and being like, is this the guy? He looks like the guy. It's not the guy. We're good. And sending it back to these people in Nashville. They're communicating. Is this it brings up a bigger question, because I didn't think we had this stuff. I knew we had generally some kind of facial recognition, but not one where it's in a crowd of people we can be like, that's him. Boom.
Dude, I think we've had facial recognition for a while. Because remember when you would go on Facebook and you'd be in a picture and they'd be like, you just scroll over Jack Neuheisel's face and be like, is this Jack Neuheisel?
100%.
Tagging him. And
but
I was like, whoa.
And you fucking open the new iPhone with your face. What I'm saying is this Where's Waldo tech, where it's in a crowd of people, it can be boom,
that's crazy.
That's the guy.
Especially in a concert where it's presumably dark.
Yeah.
Off the stage. Maybe she's just got the house lights on just as a precaution. Definitely a different vibe of the concert, but
it's crazy to me. Can you imagine? What do you think is the biggest, craziest piece of tech out there right now that we don't even know about? Just speculate something.
Honestly, I'm not sure. Probably something with lasers. Probably something with lasers or satellites.
Lasers, D.
No, yeah, it's gonna be crazy because it's every time there's some sort of new technology, like the facial recognition thing, that the military. Okay, so the military has had this for 12 years.
Yes,
that's what it is.
That's a fact.
And so it's going to be exciting to see what in 20 years it's oh yeah, at this time the military was identifying where Osama bin Laden's number 2 is with his perfume spray from space. I don't know. Something with lasers.
Every now and again you'll get a cloning update. It'll be China cloned
another sheep.
A sheep in a village of small boys. And
China today cloned another sheep. The sheep population is now 12. There's really
cloning.
Really padding that sheep population.
Is it too early to slam the door, or is it too late to slam the door on teleportation? I feel like we're years away.
I don't know.
Years away, Jack.
I just don't know. Honestly, I don't know if it's possible, because how do they dice you up?
I don't know. That's not a question for me. I'm not going to be the guy. I'm going to sell it.
Well, let me. Here's what I do think the future of the world is, though. Trains.
Okay.
And by trains, I mean tunnels. Like Elon Musk style
thing. The vacuumed out deal.
The vacuumed out
the
train.
Bullet train.
The bullet train that goes underground. I bet you we will be able to go from New York to LA in 30 minutes. And you are going to feel like you're just standing there, but you're actually going under the earth a bajillion miles an hour. And they can only make it go faster. They're going to figure out ways to make this fucking thing go faster. And it's not more dangerous because it's just it's in a tube.
No.
Yeah, what's going to happen? The tube's going to break? No, it's not.
Well, and tubes in the water aren't completely off limits, right? Isn't that what the freaking channel is from England to France?
Have they finished that? Oh, yeah.
That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, what are the limits on that? Can we be cross Atlantic? Or is that just too much miles of tube?
No, I think totally. I think there are going to be port cities. I think it's going to be if you live in New York, you can get to literally any city on the planet in 30 minutes. And it's a nice 30 minutes. And then eventually it's going to turn to the subway where it's there's piss all over the fucking.
Yeah. We used to go flying in suits.
Yeah.
And now I go in sweats and sandals. And I'll be damned if anyone's going to tell me differently.
I work in Sydney. I live in New York. And I hate my commute because goddamn, there's always somebody with a guitar outside of the super portal. Just playing Oasis and asking me to give him money. I don't like it. Just begging for change. Well, listen, guy. I do this every fucking day. Okay. I never laugh at that. My winner is Soulja Boy.
You're a big winner.
Up in that hoe.
Not since Get Silly. That was my last Soulja Boy song.
He was in Get Silly? Get Silly.
Is that not his song?
I don't know. But he was in Crank That. And then,
yeah, that was the one.
And then Travis Barker did the heaviest Crank That remix ever, which was also in Never Back Down.
It freaking slaps.
So fucking good. But Soulja Boy making news again because in video games, he is launching his own esports empire.
Who said it was an empire?
Soulja Boy did.
Okay.
Soulja Boy said it sounds just like when you have like a buddy who's got an idea for a startup.
Yeah.
and before actually doing anything with the startup, just with the idea, has already told everybody he or she knows, just being like, by the way, for the next 2 years, this is what I'm going to be doing. So if you have any connections, now is probably the time to tell me.
I've burnt the boats. Get in now.
Yeah,
forever hold
exactly.
your peace.
I quit my job. I've got no real prospects, but this company is the new Facebook or some shit.
It's more the future than the future is the future.
Exactly. It's like getting in on Sunlight before Sunlight was a thing. Okay. But he is creating his own gaming system. His console. That's my favorite part of it. Okay. It's not like he's like one of the celebrities who's like, yeah, I'm hiring I'm going to build a team, a professional esports team. No, he's building his own Soulja game console. So he's going to be competing with the likes of Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation.
What are the tenets that is the Soulja Boy console? Like, what is it? Give me a log line here.
Again, I think it's just. I think we're just still too much in the idea phase. I don't have anything concrete to be able to be like, it's going to look like this. All I know is Soulja Boy is presumably he likes video games.
Presumably, if he dare walk this bridge, yeah.
Presumably he has his ear to the pavement, listening to people's complaints about Xbox and PlayStation, and he thinks that he can do things better than Microsoft. And Sony.
Glass half full. We got another console in the marketplace that's just going to be great. I scoffed when Link said they were bringing stuff, and now all we play is Link. So, maybe.
That's my response to this. Maybe, but he's the winner because just dream big, okay, guy. Come on.
Glass half full or glass half empty here. Did you ever play Dreamcast growing up?
No, I was a
GameCube. Did you ever know of Dreamcast?
I remember Dreamcast.
I had a Dreamcast for a good 6 month span. That's what you end up here.
Yeah.
When you shoot for the moon and fall short.
I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves,
you end up with the Dreamcast, which claimed to have screens in the controllers, but they never actually got the tech to do the screens. So all you had was a hole in your controller playing a shittier PlayStation.
Huh.
This was Dreamcast.
This was
my experience with Dreamcast. Maybe somebody someday got screens in their controllers. I just had a big hole in my fucking remote.
That was also back before we really had good sense of just like controller sense. Like when they were just throwing darts at the board, being like, maybe the controller will just be shaped like the letter Q.
And I also feel like at this point, what even were, and I'm sure some guy who's a legit gamer could go back and tell me I'm an idiot. But in my mind, all combos were just like, how many buttons can you hit while he's in the air?
Yeah.
Hit as many as you can. It's just better a trick.
Just hit them all. Just hit them all. And there was no live, so it was literally just you playing alone. God.
And just keep comboing.
Video games used to be so fucking tight. But yes, that's my winner. Who's your loser?
I've scrolled down here on our thing. Oh, my loser is Dora the Explorer.
You are one pathetic loser.
Now, how could that be the case? One, she's a beloved cartoon. Number two, she's got a live action movie coming out this year.
Whoa.
How could she be the loser?
Yeah.
I'll tell you how. They just casted Swiper in the new live action.
Yeah.
I don't have to remind you. It was the evil fox.
Yes, of course.
Who was constantly swiping.
Always
things,
stealing her
Dora
shit.
had to remind him, hey, Swiper, play by the rules.
There was just a fox running around stealing everybody's shit.
They just cast it. It's Benicio del Toro.
I love that so much.
Now, you don't cast Benicio del Toro to be this, like, tripping over himself, laughable villain. You don't fucking draft Andrew Luck to sit him on the sidelines. What you do is you get this guy to come in and steal the show. Hot take.
Here's my question. Well, he might steal the show. Here's my question that I don't know the answer of. How live action is this live action movie?
How live action is any of these anymore? It's tough to say.
What I'm saying is like, okay, so Dora has a talking map friend.
Oh, it's not. I see what you're saying. Is it going to be Benicio del Toro dressed up like a fox, or is it going to be him voicing this live action fox?
Well, I'm guessing he's not going to be dressed up as a fox, but I'm guessing
was that not your question?
No, I think he's either going to play a guy, which, by the way, like 3 months ago, we did a In a World segment where we predicted what it's going to be like with Swiper and all those guys. And I pretty much predicted, I don't know if I predicted Benicio del Toro. I might have predicted Benicio del Toro.
You did his accent at the very least.
Swiper. That's, by the way, I'm doing Anthony whatever his name is, Banderas, the Zorro guy. Wait a minute.
Boots? Yeah.
Pause for 1 second. All right, we just listened to it. I didn't predict Benicio del Toro, but I did predict Danny Trejo would be involved and that it would be a very gritty movie. We don't know what this movie's going to be exactly. My question is how live action it's going to be. Are they going to have a blue monkey, sort of going around, or is it going to be another human named Boots who can talk to her, or is it going to be legitimately a chimpanzee? I vote for chimpanzee.
I vote for chimpanzee as well. They're just adorable.
And then the map. The easy thing with the map is it's going to be like a fucking iPhone. Because it's going to be Siri. The map's going to...
That's so weak, though.
Yeah.
You're so right.
But that's
like, I don't want to hear Siri, though.
I know.
Unless, sometimes when you have like the nav system and you can upgrade for like, I want the sexy Australian guy to tell me where I'm going.
Oh, those are great.
So maybe something. I don't know.
Sometimes you can get one and it's like, for this week only, Snoop Dogg. And
No, map should be its own fucking magical map.
Well, yeah, that's the whole question. So
maps.
it's like, how are they utilizing Benicio del Toro? Is he just voicing this fox, or is he going to be playing like a cartel person who is known as El Swiper? Yeah. So we'll see. We shall see. I'm excited for Dora the Explorer.
I'm fired up.
Yeah, I'm hoping it gets like a PG-13 rating, but the more I think about it, it will not. It's going to be a PG movie. God damn it, it is.
Oh, it has to be.
Because that's where the money is. No adults are asking for a gritty Dora the Explorer movie. This is for kids. Damn it.
But oh my God, you're right. If we just go an R-rated guy, go get the chick from Logan, the young girl. She's Dora.
Yeah.
And let's edge this thing up a little bit.
Yeah, let's get real fucking gritty with it.
Because again, this was my gripe with the Kim Possible thing. Mm-hmm. The kids now who are like the age group, the demographic for this thing, if you make it G, have no idea what Kim Possible or Dora the Explorer is, to my knowledge.
No, they don't.
These syndications got cut off. We're the fans.
Yeah.
Make it for me.
I don't know if we are really the fans because I don't know. I think we might still be too old for it.
We were too old for Dora the Explorer. That was my younger brother's generation. I was on my way out.
I remember being really frustrated watching my two youngest brothers watch Dora the Explorer. And they'd be like, I realized how like...
It's a fucking... Can we be honest about it? It's a really shitty show.
Yeah.
It drove me crazy.
How infuriating... Blue's Clues was as well, where it's like, do you see the salt and pepper shakers?
Yeah, there's no narrative.
It's like, yeah, asshole, they're right behind you. Stop talking to me and just keep looking. Blue left you clues.
I don't want to fucking go after the intelligence level, a bunch of 3 to 5 year olds also. But God, they go slow.
She
asked the question. It's like, okay, I've responded. And then she goes through each possible fucking thing. And it's like, no.
Yeah, okay.
No.
So Matt, remind us again where we're going for the 80th fucking time. Oh yeah, we're going to go over the Magic Mountain and across the mystical ridge, and then we're going to get to this ranch where we'll get this stupid thing. Anyway,
the recall of these youngsters is better. We can go faster than this in the plot.
This whole movie's a loser in my book right now. Okay, my loser, some guy that worked for Solo.
You are one pathetic loser.
So the movie Solo, the Han Solo movie or whatever, it didn't get nominated, or it doesn't have the ability now to get nominated for an Oscar for its score, which, let's be honest, is the only thing that I think... I don't even remember the score, but it sounds like it maybe had the likelihood of getting nominated for it.
I got some guesses to what could have been nominated, and it's right there with
And it's
them.
like sci-fi and makeup and
matchup. Yeah.
But nothing that's actually about how good the movie was. It's going to be all those other categories where it's like, yeah, the movie sucked, but, there were like some 3 really hard-working people on the set that deserve some recognition. Anyway, somebody who worked for Solo forgot to submit the score to the Oscars. And so now it is disqualified from being nominated. That person just had the roughest...
Just an absolutely brutal day.
Like, say what you want, that's the roughest day of your life.
Just got motherfucked from all angles. Multiple phone calls.
You wake up with 800 phone calls being like, whoa, just, oh my God. Can you imagine the panic attack you have?
I didn't even know it was my job. Nobody said. Who said?
Nobody said.
And then you're going back through old emails.
Dude, that poor guy, like... The movie was over.
My job was done. I'm no longer being paid.
He probably was so over Solo and done with it. The DVD came out. It did okay. And now, Oh God, to be that guy.
It gives me anxiety now because this is a job that I would have, and I would fuck up. This is something. This is me. This is me territory. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I thought you were just setting it to me to be a guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was supposed to do something with it. What the fuck is that?
God, that would suck. And it also really sucks too because whoever did the score, I'm guessing hasn't done. Actually, it might have been John Williams who's done all the other Star Wars scores.
Might be.
I bet you if it is John Williams is being a good guy, he's going to call and be like, listen, buddy, I'm literally calling you from my pool of Oscars. It's all good. We all fuck up. Okay. We all fuck up. All right. Now moving on to our Talking Pictures year in review.
2018.
Let's put in some sort of, I don't have any ideas what it'd be, but let's put in some sort of sound effect. Exactly, like that. And play it now. Okay. So we're going to, here are the categories we're going to do. Top movies of 2018. We're each going to give our top 3. Worst movies of 2018. We're each going to give our top 3 or worst 3. Then top songs, top acting performance, the celebrity winner of the year, the celebrity loser of the year. 2018 was the year of the what, and our prediction of 2019 will be the year of the what. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. What do you want to start, or do you want to start? Or want me to start with?
I'd like you to start.
Let's both do our number 3.
I'd like you to tone set here.
Let's both do our number 3 movies of the year. So my number 3 movie, Blockers. That's right. The comedy with John Cena and Leslie Mann and that guy who's got Nick Berthold or whatever.
That guy, Ike something.
Ike Barinthal.
Yeah. That guy, by the way, does not get his due. He is the funniest guy in Hollywood. No one's talking about him.
Well, because his last name is so hard to pronounce. Nobody can ever write about him because
literally everything that guy says is funny. He's never missed.
He's fantastic.
He's batting 1,000.
He is fan-freaking-tastic. And Blockers was like legitimately...
Dude, look at my list. I got it written down over here. I have more than 3 written down because I knew this would happen.
Yeah.
Great minds.
So that didn't make your top 3 though?
No, it would have. I would have thrown it in there. Absolutely.
Oh wait, you don't have your top 3. You're just kind of
what's that?
Or you're just mixing.
I have a fluid top 3 because I knew you and I would have overlap. Okay. That's why I wanted you to go first.
No, make it so it's your standard top 3 so we can see where we overlap.
Okay, well, we overlap on Blockers.
Okay, there you go.
Bang.
Blockers 3 is great.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Can I tell you something? Nobody talks about this movie. It was not even close to the funniest movie of the year.
Yeah.
Not even close.
By far the funniest movie of the year.
And nobody saw it in theaters. It actually made a sneaky amount of money, but nobody you talk to is see it in theaters. No, and then everybody shelved it. Nobody still watches this movie. I went back and watched it over Thanksgiving break. It's all time.
It's all time.
It's hilarious. Cena's money, Leslie Mann's money, the guy we just said, Ike.
Yeah.
He is amazing in it.
I watched this movie on a plane going to New York, and then 2 days later flew back and watched it again. And this is a classic situation where I'm sitting next to Henry, and on the way there, I was like, dude, you got to watch Blockers. And
did you guys do the simultaneous start where you time it up?
No, we didn't. Henry's being very difficult and was like, I don't really want to watch it right now. And then on the way back, I was like, dude, you have to watch Blockers. And I think only watched like the first hour on the way back. And I just remember being like, come on, man.
You punk. Just a punk move.
Just watch it. I want to share this with you. I want to share this with my brother. But Blockers is number 3. What's your number 2?
Number 2 is Mission Impossible Fallout. Now I know you're going to disagree with this one.
No, I don't disagree. I'm just I haven't seen it. I'm probably not going to see it.
Yeah, you have no interest in it. That's fine. As I went through like all of the great action movies, because if you literally go through the top like 10 most grossing ones, it's all just action-packed thrillers. The Avengers one was good. I actually really liked it, but I just don't think it was the best of the Avengers series, and I know Endgame's going to kick it out of the water. This Mission Impossible movie was the best action movie for me, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And that includes Skyscraper and The Meg, which are entertaining as all fucking get out. I love both those movies, but this movie, like, it's amazing we have Tom Cruise, and we get to have him do what he does. Because the skydiving scene and the freaking helicopter scene, the guy is a freaking MI6 agent, and we get him just to fucking make movies for us, like some dancing monkey.
Wait, he's an MI6 agent in Mission Impossible?
No, he's an American.
Okay.
He's deep CIA. He's in his own rogue.
Yeah.
You know.
He's one of those guys who runs his own department.
They have their own op. They have no governing body.
Yeah, we just give them a budget, and we're just like, we trust you.
Occasionally Alec Baldwin will roll in and say, you're reckless, but we need you.
I just love the sentence you just said, that we are so lucky that we have Tom Cruise.
We're so lucky we got him. It's unbelievable. We're so lucky we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This, as you said earlier, he's 6'6", believably smart behemoth of a man who's also attractive.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He's
we
everything.
We have The Rock.
He is everything. He is literally designed for box office success.
Let's get Poagrius, but add a little bit more ethnic flair and comedy chops.
He's a diverse Boagrius. He's diverse Arnold Schwarzenegger who can speak normally.
Who you buy being a medic.
Who you buy. I totally get him being like, yeah, I'm a doctor. Who also
he's Dr. Bravestone.
He's just an alpha. Like he's just an alpha motherfucker.
He just is. It's amazing we got those guys.
My number 2, A Star Is Born.
Money. Yeah. 100%.
A Star Is Born. God, this movie made me cry, and also fantastic music. It's put it this way. This is how good of music it is. It has a song that is like fantastic to run to. Mm-hmm. Listen to Black Eye while you're running. You'll just start sprinting. You'll break your personal record for the mile. Your phone's gonna be like, hey, are you in a car? That's how fast you're gonna be running. Your phone's gonna think you're in a car. Then it also has Shallow, which is just an anytime jam.
Just a jam.
And then it has Maybe It's Time, which is something you listen to when you're a little down and out.
You done Remember Us This Way? Or Always Remember Us This Way? That's the Lady Gaga piano jam.
Yeah, I didn't love that one though because it wasn't as country, and I'm a big.
Oh yeah, it was.
I'm more.
That was in the transition to the pop, but that one did it for me.
But that movie, it made me sob. Put it this way: this was the only movie where I didn't really talk. And remember, I never stopped talking. I didn't really talk in the way home because I was like, if I talk, I'm probably going to cry. And I don't want Henry and Neu to not think I'm tough. You know?
We're not there yet.
We're not at that point.
There yet. We haven't had these talks yet.
Yeah.
I won't be emotional around you. I won't.
I refuse to.
You came home one day. It was a day that I did not have a job that day. So I was just doing some couch lounging. And I threw on Pursuit of Happiness in the middle of the afternoon. And for some reason, you're a guy at the time, you would get home at like 7 o'clock, maybe 6:37. Now you're getting home at like 8:39. It's crazy. But at the time, I'm thinking, okay, I have this wide open window in the afternoon to have a cathartic experience. I'm freaking sob my eyes out on the couch. And so I threw on Pursuit of Happiness, and you come home, and I'm just smack in the middle of bawling my eyes out as Will Smith's explaining to the kid, they're like crying in the subway bathroom because they have to sleep. I'm just and all of a sudden the door opens and I'm just like lights on, me trying to get it together.
You were so startled with my appearance, you would have thought you were watching like a pornographic movie.
Exactly.
Like you were literally like, oh my God. like,
I'm so vulnerable right now. Get out of here.
I'm fragile. The slightest gust of wind. That's what I told one of my employees the other day. Was like, it was a fucking really hard week. And I just said like, honestly, the slightest gust of wind is going to just like push me over the edge right now.
So stay the fuck out of my way.
But A Star Is Born is my number 2. What's your number 2?
I said my number 2 is Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah.
Because we had the blockers overlap, but I wanted to shelf blockers because you threw it in there. I wanted to put 2 more in. But
okay, cool.
Now I got to make some tough decisions. I got to cut somebody.
Okay, from where? What point?
The 2 I've narrowed it down to.
This is for your number 1 movie?
No, because probably these 2 movies, the 2 movies we've said, are probably above this one.
What's your 3 and 2 movie?
It's tough. It's
Neu, when we were preparing for this, we had plenty of time to make these hard decisions.
I know, but I didn't think we'd. Knowing we had the overlap, I was prepared to make it fluid. So I was going to shelf blockers, and I wasn't going to have this problem. And then you said, no, I make the fucking rules around here, and I'm going to embarrass you again on the podcast, and we're going to do it my way. And so now I'm forced to make tough decisions.
We're not going to do it my way. We're going to do it the right way. It just so happens to correspond with my way.
It's shocking how often that happens.
It's crazy how often
in these
my
subjective circumstances.
It's crazy how often it's my way or the highway. So no. What's your 3? What's your 2? Decision time. This is.
All right, Blockers gets launched.
Okay.
Mission Impossible was my number 3.
Okay, so what's your number 2 now?
A Quiet Place.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. A Quiet Place was just really fucking good. And my only knock on it was difficult to watch in theaters. I'm a popcorn guy. Popcorn's a loud snack. It was a quiet movie.
Yeah.
I'm a self-conscious eater. I didn't like what happened there. But
would have been impossible for me to watch that movie in a theater because I get up, I walk around the theater.
Yeah.
No, I don't walk around actually in a theater, but I'll go walk around the like overall theater complex just to shape my legs and to.
Oh, 100%. You and me both suffer from this. You more so than I do, but we both have just grown man knees where if I'm just sitting in those seats for so long, at a certain point, I got to stretch my legs.
Yeah.
And I don't get up. I just kind of,
I'm also
tell the people sitting in front of me to fuck off, and I just stretch it out. But
I'm also fidgety like a 5-year-old child.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you can't go on long car rides.
I'm like a cat. No, I can't. I'm like a cat where like you can't like put something near me if I'm not doing anything because I'll just push it off the table. But like subconsciously, I won't be like, I should get off the table, but I'll just
over
move
time.
It. Like I need constant structure or I'm a mess. And that's why movies are tough. But Quiet Place. Yeah.
Quiet Place. Numero deux.
Okay, my number one movie of the year. Surprise, surprise, The Meg. I fucking loved this movie.
The Meg kicked ass.
The Meg kicked ass.
I put Mission Impossible there in its place, but The Meg kicked ass. It was fucking fantastic.
The Meg was fucking exactly what I wanted. I remember we were going to see it. I was working that Sunday. I was on some sort of show. I forget what we were making. It was like Dance Battle or some show. I was on some show, and usually when we're going to go see a movie, because of the fact that I'm so fidgety, am not pumped to go see the movie. I almost never going into the movie am like, thank God we're here. I'm usually like, why the fuck did I get tricked into this again? It's weird because we run kind of like a movie podcast. But this was the one time when you guys were like, all right, we're going to see The Meg. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to see it. And I remember texting you guys being like, you have no idea how sad I am right now. It's the one movie this year where I was like, fuck yeah, we're going to go see The Meg. And guess what? It lived up to it.
It really did.
Yes.
Top to bottom. Statham was so money.
Mm-hmm.
The story was so money. Wherever country we were in was so money. It was all
China.
so good. Yeah. It wasn't China, though, was it?
It was off the coast. It was between China and New Zealand. They were kind of vague about it.
It was of Asia.
Yeah.
The country. It was of Asia.
It was an Asiatic movie. But man.
Speaking of Asia.
Yeah.
You ready for my best movie?
Skyscraper?
I wish. Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, yeah. Crazy Rich Asians.
And again, this all became kind of a genre thing for me where I was like, Blockers was the best comedy for me. Mission Impossible was the best action movie. A Quiet Place, honestly, it was like just the most creative, original, its own movie. I was like, hats off to you, Krasinski. This was the best rom-com in years. It was fantastic. Yeah. It was. I went in there with such low expectations. It was honestly curiosity got the cat where I was like, what is even the plot of Crazy Rich Asians? What do we get out of there? There's no substance to be had here. Oh boy, was I wrong. I love Asian culture. I love this fucking movie.
By the way, just really quick, Keller Adams just texted me, is Blockers funny? Like, I think he's on a plane. Like, should I watch Blockers?
Yes, you should watch Blockers.
And I said, yes, can't wait for you to hear the pod tomorrow.
The secret, law of attraction. It's real. You put stuff out into the universe, and the universe responds.
But yeah, no, I like the Crazy Rich Asians as number one because it really was fantastic.
It was just fantastic. It was just lovely. What do you want in a movie? I want 2 hours of being entertained and feeling good.
If the movie is it a rom-com if there isn't sort of like a culture class war? No, it's not. Is it a rom-com if I was about to say something so offensive, so I'm not going to say it. But I was literally like, I don't know. But I love that. Okay, let's do the worst movies of the year. Our worst movies.
Okay.
So I think we just do. We can just throw out our. Oh, and by the way, honorable mention for best movies, Paddington 2, because it's statistically the best movie of all time. But
again,
haven't seen it. Yeah. Probably won't see it. Why would we do that?
My other
why would we ruin movies?
Honorable mentions, I agreed with your A Star Is Born, obviously. Kept it off just so we'd have some diversity in our bad boy. And then Incredibles 2 and Deadpool 2. I thought Deadpool 2 was actually sneaky really good.
Deadpool 2 is great. Incredibles 2 was great. Yeah, I love that. So for worst movies, lock in your 3 now. If we overlap, we overlap.
I've got my 3 locked in.
Okay, you got your 3 locked in.
I got my 3 locked in.
All right, you want to start with your number 3?
Yeah, let's do it. Very little scene movie, Life of the Party. It was with Melissa McCarthy. Did you not see?
I don't remember it at all.
So it was with Julie Bowen. And I went and saw this with my brother and my mom, and it was just terrible.
Oh, I know the poster though.
Yeah, she's going back to school.
God.
And she like just gets divorced, and then so it's like she's putting her life back together, and she's like, oh, she just needs 2 more classes. And so
when will she
go back to school? And here's the thing. It's not what the trailer suggests the movie is, where it's like Melissa McCarthy up to her fucking usual shenanigans, and it's good fun. It's not quite that at all. It's like, For some reason, and you'll see this if you ever see the movie, which I'm recommending you don't.
I can almost guarantee you I will not watch this movie. It's amazing how many movies I'm going to go without watching.
She's like basically Stacy's mom. She's like the hot little thing on campus.
Huh.
Which is like,
and are they forcing it? Is it meant to be a joke or?
No, it's very much the plot of the movie.
Interesting.
Where it's like she's got a young kind of happening daughter also at school there. And then she's like joining the sorority. And then she's like making out with the daughter's boyfriend, who's like this good looking, fucking promising young man.
You wonder if the role was originally written for like Cameron Diaz or something. Yeah. Because that is strange.
It is strange.
To just break reality a little bit.
It's just like.
Not that she's not a beautiful woman.
No.
Okay.
I get it.
I like a big lady. More women to love.
No one's not saying that here.
Yeah.
But it's like for just a stereotypical movie and what we're talking about, it just feels as if the criteria shifted.
I like it. Okay, my number 3 is Justice League.
Yeah, it was.
God,
was that this year?
I think it was this year. And God, that movie fucking sucked.
It was a crap movie.
It was a crap movie. I mean, already when you got Ben Affleck Batman with Superman, the worst superhero of all time because he's impossible to defeat, with Ezra Miller, who's almost made my loser of the year, and the whole movie, there was absolutely no point. There was no part of the movie where you were like, okay, this has to happen. I'm worried about it not happening. You knew the entire time that.
Is Ezra Miller the Flash?
Yeah.
His scenes with his dad at the jail cell where he's like basically explaining to him, he's like, I'm working on your case. And he's like, I want you to stop working on my case.
Okay,
and
live your life.
But I need your case.
But Dad, you were wrongfully convicted of murder of our mom.
Did you really just say that to me?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? Why do we care? What the
Come
fuck?
on, go to
Get
college.
me back with the league.
Forget me. And it's like, I don't know. That movie fucking sucked.
What an interesting time with the Justice League. Because as far as we know, Aquaman's going to bomb here. That's the writing on the wall. So it's like, of those, Wonder Woman's an absolute keeper. She kicks ass. But outside of her, we got nobody. We got fucking shitty Amy Adams and maybe Henry Cavill's coming back. Who's to say?
Nah, the whole movie's fucking awful.
It's all bad.
The whole series is awful too. After Aquaman bombs, I think what they should do is just be like, all right, we're bombing this entire thing. We'll try again in 5 years.
Yeah, see you in 5 years.
See you in 5 years. We've learned our lesson, hopefully.
It's a bummer though, is we're just gonna have to shelf Gal Gadot then. Because it's like she's gonna
She'll find her own way. She'll find her own way. She'll be fun. Gal will be fun.
Movie number 2 for worst movie. You're going to agree with me on this. I wonder if it's in your top 3. First Man.
That was my number 1, motherfucker. I hated that movie so much.
Fuck that movie.
God, that movie sucked.
It was insulting to me.
The whole movie
as
was
an American.
So patronizing. The whole movie was so patronizing. It was like, oh yeah, you like good movies? What do you think about this, 2-minute scene of Ryan Gosling just like kind of staring out a window?
How about the shot of just his eyes and his nose? Not anything
entire
else.
Movie.
Just an extreme close up on just his eyes and his nose. Where it's shaky, where it's handheld, a little shaky.
And then you had to go to the internet forums or even just talk to people who really consider themselves like, takers in of high art who are telling you like, oh, you didn't like it? I loved it. Fuck you, no you didn't.
You.
What part of it did you like?
What was your favorite part?
What was your favorite part?
Oh, I liked it when he was out in the yard staring at the moon with like a
12 minutes.
kaleidoscope and
I liked it when like it was completely made up and that's not at all what he was actually like. Some tortured guy who knows little about actual science.
I liked it when his neighbor / colleague was trying to be a good guy and he was totally a bad guy to him. And that's not my Neil Armstrong, but I thought it was good for the narrative.
Yeah. Dude, isn't it funny how like coming up with this list, I'm realizing as we talk about these movies, I forget everything about every one of these movies. I would love to throw in like quotes like, remember when this happened? But it's like all I remember is being like, I hated it.
Oh, I go through these log in my mind. Like I could tell you, I can go scene by scene on First Man, and it is not good.
Okay, so
the first scene's the best scene, quietly.
So that's my number 1, and your number 2. My number 2 was Peppermint. We don't have to talk too long about this, but that's the Jennifer Garner movie. Man, that movie sucked. God, I was so bummed because I remember saying to you guys like, this is gonna be it. I think this is really, we finally did it. But man, that movie was just so full of shit. Like.
You didn't like a good crooked cop. I love me a good crooked justice system.
It's just her, a one-woman army just getting back at both the cartel and the justice system.
It's kind of a female Jason Bourne. It's kind of the oh my god, it's Riley Poole.
It's Riley Poole. Wow, did you remember all of these things?
Dude, I tell you,
that's crazy.
I got a mind like an elephant.
What's your number one worst?
Number one worst is actually Bohemian Rhapsody. Not that it was the worst movie. It was just so goddamn insulting to me. It I've done it now. This would be the third podcast that I just ran down the bullet points, so I'm not going to do it. But they basically just made up a story here. They just made up a story.
Yeah.
They took liberties with a ton of things. They made up a ton of things. The timeline's all jumbled up for the sake of a better story. The one thing it's got going for it is that it's got Queen music for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And outside of that, it was a shit movie. It was a shit movie.
It was a shite movie.
And you know what part of that also is the contrarian me, is that a lot of people really liked the movie. And I'm like, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention.
You're just not listening.
And I like me a good shitty movie, but this was kind of insulting because it was just made up bullshit. I'm trying to go in there to get the info. What the fuck?
Well, it just became, I think, the number one music movie of all time. So great. Okay.
You trying to shove it in my face?
No, I'm just trying to say how crazy this is. Okay. Top performances 2018. You ready? Top acting performances.
A couple random nods out there though to think about. Happy Time Murders also was terrible. I didn't want to double bash Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah,
that's why
that wouldn't fun.
The long pause on third.
I'm not Melissa McCarthy. I'm okay. I doubt she listens to the podcast, but if she does, Melissa, like and subscribe, rate it, review it, do all those things. Hit the little bell so you get notifications. I don't know if I can. All right, top performances. My number 3 performance of the year, Rob Delaney as Peter in Deadpool 2. He played the guy who didn't have a power and was just saw the poster, and Ryan Reynolds is just like, you're in. God, he was fantastic. Just literally the shot of him fully just like a straight as a hot dog as he's falling out of the plane. He's in the movie for like 10 minutes and he made the entire movie for me.
He's fantastic.
That's my number 3 performance.
Well, god damn you, I didn't know that fucking cameos were on the list. I would have
Everything's on the
creative.
list, baby. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson from Skyscraper. Again, we are so fortunate to have this man.
We are just so lucky.
He in this movie plays a former vet, I think, right? He was had a military background.
He didn't,
or was he like DEA? It was very confusing because he's in fatigues, but I don't think it was like the U.S. military.
He was like SWAT.
Yeah,
and I remember.
But he's in fatigues
because I remember us talking about how he needed a custom-made SWAT uniform and how you can't put him in anything. Like even in the game plan, when he wasn't even nearly as big as he is now, it was like, man, he was basically the prototype for Cam Newton in the game plan, if you think about it.
It really was.
He really,
he is that size.
Where it's like, what if we get somebody who's the size of a linebacker, as fast as a receiver, to play quarterback?
And he looked good, by the way. He looks fine playing quarterback. I had no qualms with his quarterback play.
And surprise, he looked fine in Skyscraper.
Oh, in Skyscraper. By the way, he's playing a man with one leg. He lost his leg.
Oh, yeah.
And so on all these times he's doing the ladder jumps, he's fully jumping to the next fucking rung. It's absurd.
Imagine if you, like, how long do you think your standing broad jump is? You can get 10?
I can't quite get 10. I'm probably doing something.
Well, he's getting like 30 with one leg.
Yeah.
And it's believable because it's The Rock, and I believe he can do anything. My number 2 performance?
Give it to me.
The Rock and Skyscraper.
Yeah, high five. Give me that shit over the microphones.
Fantastic performance. I believed every minute of it. He scales an entire burning skyscraper in about 2 minutes of movie time.
And he's a great dad.
And
Daddy loves who? Daddy loves who?
Yeah.
Me.
He's a playful dad.
I shouted me twice in the movie.
And
because Dwayne loves me.
And he's the hero, and I think it did great in China. Okay, so that's my number 2. Who's your number 2?
Some say he outdid Bruce Willis in Die Hard.
Yeah.
Some
said that. It's like Die Hard on steroids. That's what some said.
Number 2, I got a little bit more serious with it because he's just going to win. He deserves to win every award there is. Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born. Oh my God. Not since Will Smith from Pursuit of Happiness has a guy gotten that kind of emotional response out of me. There are 2 scenes in that movie where he just fucking knocks me on my ass.
Yeah,
he's good. He's that mustache, that soulfulness,
when
dead eyes.
When Bradley Cooper says to him, "It was you I looked up to, not that." Like, holy shit! And then he turns the car around because he doesn't want
he wants out of the
brother
driveway
to see him cry. He's like trying to muscle through it, which, by the way, coincidentally, is what I was doing when I was driving home. So I was trying to muscle through the car to not cry in front of you guys.
Sam's art reflecting your reality.
Exactly.
That's a performance.
I see a lot of myself in Sam Elliott more than any other actor. When people see me, they think Sam Elliott. That's what they think. If you look at my face, I could look like Sam Elliott in the future. I could. If I got like white hair and grew a mustache, I could be Sam Elliott.
Prove how I couldn't look like Sam Elliott.
Okay, number one. My number one performance, Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born.
We're great.
This is why we lock it in. This is why we lock them in so that we have Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born. Like I just said, I already said everything about it, but man, he had that was the number one scene in movies this year for me. Maybe besides when the second shark came in the Meg. And Sam Elliott,
golly.
He's been that age. He's been 75 years old for about 28 years now.
When did The Big Lebowski come out? Because he looks older in The Big Lebowski than he does this movie.
I think the 90s.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Who's your number one?
John Krasinski, A Quiet Place. Now, I'm kind of doubling up here because I made The Quiet Place my top movie or second movie.
Sometimes one movie wins all the Oscars. Lord of the Rings.
Exactly.
Return of the King.
12 on nominations.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, it was an okay movie.
Well, they also owed him because they stiffed Towers. Towers didn't win Best Picture. And it's like, Towers is the best of the three. What are we talking about?
Sequel bias. That's what it was.
But John Krasinski has like 3 or 4 scenes in this movie that are so fucking awesome. He's got the one scene, and big time spoiler if you missed A Quiet Place, I'm going to ruin the whole movie over the course of the next minute. The fucking first scene when the kid lights up the toy and he's just got to take off for him. John Krasinski is a sweet athlete, and he's 6'4", and also people forget he is the green screen like computer generated guy, but he's wearing the balls and everything for the villains.
Oh yeah,
he's like the monster. It's John Krasinski. So fucking hey.
Oh yeah,
this guy.
Well, it's funny. So like, what did the villains look like in it?
They look like 6'6" monsters.
So basically, they were like, okay, we can find somebody to play this, but John,
if you go watch the first scene, John's a great looking runner. John like tried to play Ivy League basketball. John's a sneaky athlete, and he's all of 6'4", and he's a great face actor.
In the words of Michael Scott, you're 6'11" and weigh 100 pounds. Gumby has a better body than you. He is lean. And he's got a wingspan.
He's got a wingspan,
Real
which
wingspan.
is a big part of the Quiet Place villains. But he's also back to the face acting thing. The daughter in the movie is deaf, so a lot of the movie and it's a fucking Quiet Place. They can't talk, so it's a lot of sign language. Him with just his face. There's a scene at the end where he's telling the girl I love him as he basically sacrifices himself. Oh my God!
Yeah,
what a moment! He's so good. John Krasinski,
welcome back.
He's banging Emily Blunt, married to her. He's
Yeah.
doing this. The guy's a winner.
The guy's a winner in all aspects. He's very concerned about the environment. A lot of good stuff that John Krasinski's doing, and we're excited to see where he goes in the future. Got a big future ahead of him, John.
Here's to looking up your dress, John.
All right, top songs of 2018. Let's just rattle these off.
This is going to be very telling of how much we know about music.
My number 3, Get Along by Kenny Chesney.
Nice. Okay.
I just love it because he starts off saying, there's a man wearing a T-shirt that says Virginia is for lovers.
It says Virginia is for lovers.
Which one? It is. 2, it's the best state slogan ever. And 3, I have like 4 T-shirts that say Virginia is for lovers. So maybe, here's my question. Maybe he saw me. Maybe he saw me and was like, there's a man wearing a T-shirt. I could have been that guy.
It could have been that man.
Could have been me.
I love Virginia, so this is going to sound like a knock, and I don't want it to. For some reason, I always read Virginia's for lovers because they put the heart in the middle. Virginia's for losers. I don't know why that is. I just think you guys should work on the logo.
Well, they don't replace the V.
Don't they?
No, they replace the O.
I don't think so. If I'm thinking about it right now, I think it's the V because it's like...
But then why would you read it as losers? What about the heart says S? It's definitely the O.
For some reason, it just looks like losers to me.
Listen, if you're going to be hating on Virginia, which you just did because you said that we need to redesign our state slogan. Wow. Best
saying that
best have your facts straight. so this doesn't happen again.
That UMBC loss is still fresh and just people talk. It's
people,
water cooler gossip. Not me. Not me.
Yeah, but I was rooting for them. DMV area. Anyway, that's my number 3. What's your number 3?
Hang on. Where did I have songs written down? Oh, bang! Meet Me in the Middle. I think it's the name of the song.
It's called The Middle.
It's The Middle.
Yeah.
Baby, why don't you just be
Yeah, dude, that song's great.
That song is my fucking car jam. That is Jason Derulo's Riding Solo. That is the feel good song of the year, dude, and it's not even close.
I almost like tore my bad knee like 50 times to that song because when you're jogging, I'm always jogging to the beat of the song.
Naturally. So you're a natural performer.
I'm a natural performer. And so I'm jogging.
The world is your stage.
And that song, it's like normal beat, slower beat. You know, you run like an 8-minute mile. And then all of a sudden, every now and then, there'll just be like a baby. And so I like have to like double up my steps for like that 2 seconds.
You got to do like a quick jab. You're at the top of your route. You got to snap them
exactly.
off.
Like, you know, hips on a swivel. And yeah, I almost tore but man, what a song. God, what a song.
It was just so good. It's still so good.
That's my number like 3 listened to songs this year.
When one of us gets married, the DJ has got quite the responsibility to make sure all these hits throughout the timeline of my life make it. Like this is the song of 2018. This has got to make it to that playlist.
God, it's a jam.
Riding Solo's in there. You know, there's hits.
I don't even know what Riding Solo is.
I'm riding solo. It's Jason Derulo. Kicks ass. It just makes you feel really good. If you're ever feeling down, you want to feel better.
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
Okay, my number 2 is Young Blood by 5 Seconds of Summer. Young Blood, say you want it, hide in the style. So good. So good.
Just slaps.
Just slaps.
It's one of those, again, that's a great car one where it just kind of like, it revs your engine.
Yeah.
You know? It gets you going.
There's a bass beat that just picks up slowly like it's almost like a drum. Like, dun, dun, dun. It's so good. I can't, man, we don't know so little about music.
I know. So like, it was hilarious. I looked up the top songs of 2018.
Yeah.
And like, I had to scroll like through 2 or 3 pages before I got to one that I like generally knew and like actually liked. Like there were a couple of Maroon 5ers that I passed on where I was like, I don't know. That's not the song of 2018.
Well, I boycott Maroon 5.
Boycott TC.
I have boycotted Maroon 5 since like 5th grade, whenever they became big. I was just like, I don't like their sound.
You didn't like She Will Be Loved?
I hated it.
You didn't like Sunday Morning?
I hate it.
I'm at a payphone. You didn't like that?
I hated that. and it sucks because there's this one song that I remember one spring break, we were all in Mexico, and Sugar. And that song?
Yep.
And fucking all of my friends were like, play it again. I just remember like, I boycott this band. I'll play it, but you'll never see me dancing to this song. I hate Maroon 5 and everything they stand for. Listen, Adam Levine, I get it. You had acne. Okay? Stop selling out, you fuck. What is, oh yeah, my number 1 song is.
Oh, I haven't even got number 2 out there.
Oh.
I got to throw it, and it'll be quick, just because it just makes me feel dangerous, in the words of Baker Mayfield. God, I quoted Baker Mayfield, and that burns me a little bit. But
I love Baker. We're Team Baker in this house.
No, we're not. You're Team Baker.
Yeah.
The majority is against him.
Do I have to?
And it's going to be right. This is a fucking fleeting year. This is RG3, what we're watching right now.
How many times do I have to tell you that it's my way or the highway? I'm Team Baker. We're Team Baker. That's how it works. Go on. What was your number 2 song?
Camille Cabello's. That's how that name
Havana?
Is. No, it's
that's a jam too.
Never Be the Same, but Havana's cool.
Yeah.
Nicotine. That song just makes me feel dangerous.
Yeah.
I want to like go to some like underground Russian sex club and fucking spank it up.
Yeah. I also want to go to an underground Russian sex club. Just be like, where's Igor?
Just drink nothing but cold vodka and
Igor invited me. That's why I'm here.
Smoke fucking cigarettes and love life.
Stoli and unfiltered cigarettes. Russia, they figured it out.
Wrestle bears with Khabib.
My number 1 song, The Middle by Maren Moore.
Yeah, there it is.
Dude, that song.
It's so good.
So good. All right, what's your number 1?
Down to the Honky Tonk, Jake Owen. That's this year's Red Solo Cup.
But I didn't like Red Solo Cup.
To the You know what? I said that, and then I went and saw Toby Keith sing it live, and it was my favorite song.
Live? I bet it's fantastic.
Jake Owen, Down to the Honky Tonk. I'm going through the album, and I'm a big Jake Owen fan, so I was being mildly critical, being like, I don't know if it's as good as his older stuff. And then that song keeps getting played on the radio, and I keep being like, why is this the song that made it? This is the song, this is the worst of the album, and now it's my jam right now.
Now you got it.
I go down to the honky tonk. I may not go down in history, but I do go down to the honky tonk.
Is that the line?
That's the line.
I don't know.
And you know something? If you don't like that song, you just don't like good times.
Yeah.
You don't like feeling good.
Excuse me. Okay.
Get out of your own way. Stop taking yourself so seriously.
Celebrity winner of the year.
Oof. You want to start loser or winner?
Let's do loser.
Money, money, money.
What's your loser?
You know what's hilarious? She may have been, I don't know that we did this as formally last year, but this girl may have been my loser for last year also if we did it. It's Jennifer Lawrence.
I think it was.
I think it might have been, yeah.
Why was she the loser this year?
Can you tell me what Jennifer Lawrence is up to right now? Because I can't. She did one movie this year, and it was Red Sparrow, which earned itself a healthy 46% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think lower than that on the audience score.
But
obviously, we're not Rotten Tomatoes people.
But she was naked in it.
And she was naked in it. So my point being, sex sells, and her sex couldn't sell this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, what are you talking about?
Well,
if you had told me after the second Hunger Games that Jennifer Lawrence was going to be extremely naked in a spy thriller,
sign me up.
Are you kidding me? I would have camped for it.
Yeah, I would have camped for that. I would have seen it in the Dolby.
Yeah.
I would have seen it in IMAX.
This movie was the most forgettable thing of all time. Nobody saw it.
Here's a question.
Nobody cared.
Has there been a 3D movie with nudity?
So
we got to get that going.
There was
revive 3D,
kind of alien space sex in Avatar. I don't know there was official nudity, but
I
it's
wouldn't call their tail sex.
Well, if you're looking at the tails, like what even is, you know what I mean? Like at a certain point, if that's their member and we're just looking at it,
yeah,
what's nudity? Where's the line?
Yeah,
where's the line, Jan?
Where is it? I don't know. Because the thing with that movie too is like, I know everybody who watched it went through this experience watching it, where you're like, now. She's a cat alien. She's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
But there's a certain part of the movie where you're like, I dig it.
By the way, sign me up. Jake Sully. You dog.
I fucking get it.
The tail stuff, I'm in for it all. Sign me up.
Where? How do we start with this? Jennifer Lawrence is your loser.
Jennifer Lawrence is my loser.
Yeah.
A couple other things she's got dealing with. She was in an ad that was like... forgetting, is it Dior? Is that like I think it's Dior. It's either a fashion or a perfume brand that like its whole thing was on like traditional Mexican lady outfit where it's like long skirts and something else.
She appropriated another culture.
And she was the face of it. So she caught some heat for that. So that was the only headline I got of her. And outside of that, I mean, it's like, what have you done for me lately, J-Law?
Yeah.
Not much.
Stay relevant or you lose.
Before that, it was Mother. So you came into this thing needing a comeback win, and you got nothing.
I feel like she said that she needed to take a break or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, my loser is, God, I'm not a huge fan of my loser. The loser that I picked is Logan Paul, because he had that whole, like, you know, YouTube downfall thing.
Yeah, that's a good one. You're involved in the streaming community. This makes sense.
I'm very involved in like as weird as like the YouTuber thing. But so he had that, but then also he did like a pay-per-view fight.
Did the pay-per-view fight
with another YouTuber, which apparently he's actually a pretty good fighter. Still it's like, God,
do you believe that though? Do you believe it for a second?
According to Joe Rogan, he can bang. According to Joe Rogan, he was like, yeah, the guy actually knows how to throw a punch. And I trust Joe Rogan.
I trust Joe Rogan too. There's not one ounce of me that says I can't kick this guy's ass. And I'm off the fucking couch, Jack. I'm off the couch.
Yeah, you also think you can kick Baker Mayfield's ass.
I do. I stand by that. And I don't even know. I think he might win the fight, but
you doubt me when you say I can't kick Tom Brady's ass, because I totally can.
Tom Brady is a fucking beast, man. He's 6'5". He's in the best shape of his life. He's in
Brady's
week 15. He's feeling 100%.
Tom Brady's afraid to eat tomatoes.
We all should be.
I could eat his fucking lunch.
They're no good for you. Why would you eat something?
Baker Mayfield is built like a short Brock Lesnar.
I've never seen such a me guy talk about what a good teammate he is. He talks about what a good team. I mean, I'm not going to get lost in this, but oh my God,
Tom Brady's built like John Krasinski, but not as much reach.
All that band stuff.
Moving on.
Telling you he would fucking smack you around.
Celebrity winner of the year. Who's your winner?
And by the way, I never claimed that I would beat up Baker Mayfield. I just said he'd leave the fight crying, which in my mind is a win. I think he would get so lost in kicking my ass that he would just get in such this emotional tizzy and he would start bawling his eyes out and leave. I think that's how it would go. Where are we at now? I got lost.
Who's your winner of the year?
Winner of the year. It was going to be Tiffany Haddish. I thought Tiffany Haddish had this thing sewn up. Every time I went to the movies, all the trailers was Tiffany Haddish, and it was fucking nuts.
Haddish this and Haddish that.
So she was in 4 movies this year. And I was like, well, no one's going to beat that. But wait, someone did.
Who?
Nicolas Cage.
Cage?
Nicolas Cage did 8 movies this year.
Holy potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, not a lot of people saw most of them.
Granted, that is like an average year for Nicolas Cage.
But fucking 8 movies.
Yeah.
And the last one is going to be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. What was the other one you were saying?
Mandy. Apparently Mandy's fantastic.
So the back 2 are supposed to be fantastic. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is supposed to be amazing.
God. Yeah. Well, I mean.
Nick Cage.
Fucking good for him.
Fucking how many years after Book of Secrets?
Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that 2018 would have been the year of Nick Cage?
The year of the dog. I would. I mean, yeah. How many dogs out there?
Okay, so my winner is Mason Ramsey.
Oh my gosh, good call. Yeah.
So first he has.
Why wouldn't it be?
First he has the. It's not. Is it the banjo?
No, it's the yodel thing, right?
No,
what are we talking about?
The video where he's just shredding on. I want to say no, he's yodeling. He's yodeling.
Yodeling.
Right.
Yeah, he's in the Walmart. Yeah.
I was thinking of another famous internet kid, but he's yodeling. So he starts off yodeling. Okay,
and just a kid yodeling,
and then Instagram takes it. And Instagram's like, oh, we're gonna make this kid a fucking meme. You're welcome. Here's your 15 minutes of fame. But no, instead of being like Damn Daniel or like the other kid memes, he doesn't just go on Ellen. He uses this moment as a launching pad for his career, and he releases the song "Famous." And here's the thing, Neu. What is the common trait of all successful people? That's right. They're bold. Okay,
it's boldness. Yes,
their boldness.
Thank you for
their boldness
taking the words out of my mouth.
What makes them successful? The lyrics in "Famous" are the funniest thing ever when you consider he's like a 10-year-old kid.
People ask me,
how's
your job? How's your family?
Yeah. Girl, ever since I met you. Let me find the exact lyrics because I want to.
That's the part you're talking about, though, right? It's the people always ask me.
Yeah, I hope the first question people ask me is, how's your girl and how's your family? When have you ever talked to a 10-year-old and be like, hey, how's your girl? What the fuck are you talking about?
How's Dottie?
But that's the kind of boldness that you need to succeed. And he has it. And he's now, I mean, he's going to be like a legit thing. And
dude, we've seen him live.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was fantastic.
He looks fantastic in a Cowboys hat. Not a Cowboys hat, a cowboy hat.
Just the star power on that guy. Not since Chris Martin have I seen something like that. Where it's just like he's got 100,000 people just eating out of his hand.
The dude,
10-year-old kid.
The dude was born in boots.
Have you seen his Christmas album?
No, but I can only imagine. It's fantastic.
Dude, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
And now everybody's like shipping him with all the other like, Disney Channel kids. It's great, man. But yeah, our grandkids are gonna be like, oh my god, you got tickets to see Mason Ramsey? Yeah, I'm gonna see him at the Space Theater or whatever. And we're gonna be like, I remember when he became big, and they're like, yeah, shut up, Grandpa, you dinosaur. I was like, yeah, it was on a thing we called Instagram. For phones were in our heads. But so that's my one of the year. Okay, here's the next one. Here's the next category. The next category is 2018 was the year of the, and then we have to fill that in.
I'd like you to go because mine's not good.
Okay, my thing is 2018 was the year of the apology.
Okay.
So I'm just going to rattle off some of the big apologies. James Gunn is fired from Guardians of the Galaxy for his old tweets. It's really the year of the Twitter apology for his old tweets. Lena Dunham apologizes for making stuff up about another actress to protect her friend. The bishop at Aretha Franklin's funeral apologized to Ariana Grande on Twitter for staring at her ass during the funeral.
There's also a little bit of a boob grab in there.
Yes. Bette Midler apologizes for tweets when she called women the N-word of the world.
What are you doing?
Which was I remember seeing that and being like, you can't write this stuff.
You know what would be a widely held opinion is this. I'm gonna float this out there to the web.
I'll be a hero. I'll be a hero for this one. Norm Macdonald apologizes for defending Roseanne Barr and Louis C.K. on Twitter. Mark Duplass apologized on Twitter for praising Ben Shapiro on Twitter. Roseanne Barr apologized for her racist Ambien-fueled tweet on Twitter. Kevin Hart refused to apologize. And that's the last one.
That's where we leave it.
That's where this book ends.
That's how we go into 2019.
Mm-hmm. We go into 2019 being like, well, wait a minute. He stood up to Twitter. And people are like, maybe I can start doing that. And Kevin Spacey's like, yeah, I'm going to start doing that. We're like, not you yet. Not yet, Kevin. Not ever, Kevin.
Well, I like yours a lot more than I like mine.
What's yours?
Well, here's I'm gonna tell the story.
What
of
is
how
yours?
I came up with this.
No, we don't need an origin story. We don't need the
It was
Odyssey.
the year of absolutely nothing memorable. This is going to be a forgetable year in history. And I'll explain why.
That's maybe the biggest cop-out
exactly
ever.
That's why I was going to tell the whole story. Don't do that to me.
Tell me the story.
Well, as you're going through things, you're trying to pick shit out, and it's like, well, honestly, is this what we're going to look back at 2018 for? Mm-hmm. Is it because it should be Black Panther if we're going to be honest about it?
It probably is then.
But in my mind, we're 2 years away from never talking about Black Panther ever again. Mm-hmm. Something will come and eclipse it, and that'll be the end of that. But Black Panther has monopolized everything. Black Panther has gotten 12 Critics' Choice Awards, 3 Golden Globe noms, including Best Drama, and it is also nominated for Best Album at the Grammys, and 7 other Grammys.
Yeah.
Which it's like, what the fuck? Star is Born's got
7
Grammy
other
noms too.
Grammys?
Yeah, but it's like, what?
I don't even remember
For
the
what?
song. There's a song in the movie?
Other issues with this year, we had no Game of Thrones. It's the first year since it's come out that there was an entire calendar year with no Game of Thrones happening, which affected me. I had to just kind of put the summer on pause and let it go by. It was bullshit. It was like all my friends went away to camp, and I just had to sit there and take it on the chin.
Yeah. But I wouldn't really say that means that nothing happened because there's no Game of Thrones.
Let me proceed. That was bullet point 2. I'm not hanging my entire argument on that.
Okay, cool. Keep going.
Bullet point 3.
Yeah.
The most memorable sports event was a World Cup that the United States was not part of. We are living in the alternate reality where Philly won the Super Bowl, and we're dealing with the ramifications of it.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? This entire sports here, the most memorable thing was the World Cup, and the United States was not even a part about it.
LeBron James went to the Lakers.
Okay. But when LeBron James wins a title next year, that'll be the story. It won't be the free agency acquisition of 2018.
The DC sports curse is broken. That's probably the biggest sports. That's probably everybody's
So, by the
thing
way,
of the year. It's
let me
the
ask
year
you-
of the Washington Capitals.
You're psyched to get a championship in DC. Was it a little bit of a bummer that it was the Caps?
No, not at all. Because I legitimately believed there was a curse.
Okay.
I legitimately was like,
You know what I mean, though? It's like
we're cursed.
It's like if you could win one major and I gave you the PGA Tour, or if I gave you the PGA Championship, it'd be like, well, damn it. That's by far the fourth. I wanted Masters, US
I don't know
Open.
golf well enough. So I
it's
can't
a
be
bad
like, yeah, that's not a great analogy. I would have gone more like if you're going to win a bowl game and you win the Fiesta Bowl. It's like that's.
Yeah. There you go.
But yes, but
not that there haven't been great Fiesta Bowls.
But there have been
2006.
I mean, Tostitos doesn't sponsor crap. You know, they sponsor the best of the best. The Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. No, but I was legitimately like, I'd written like an article that I didn't end up releasing because it was too in my head of like weird statistics. It was too Rain Man-y where it's like, and if you add up all the numbers, the odds of this it's too much. I was legitimately concerned for my hometown's sports teams because we had not been to a conference finals since I moved to DC. Like maybe, and then what you start doing, I started looking in the mirror, being like, maybe I'm the cursed. Because then when you're worried that you're cursed, the first thing to figure out is, okay, what cursed us? And so I had a bunch of hypotheses, and then I actually came to the conclusion it might be me. I might have cursed DC. God, I hope not.
I have not been able to rule out me yet as a possible cause.
We had not been to a conference final since I believe Clinton was in the White House. That is how long.
Yeah, wow.
It was crazy. But so yeah, I was absolutely pumped. How did we get on this again?
This was talking about
Matt's laughing because
golly. Oh, why 2018 was good.
Oh yeah, why it was good.
And I'm saying why it was forgettable.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay, 2019 will be the year of the. How do you like this one for you? Did you do this one?
I did this one.
What how'd you like your?
It will be the year of Amanda Bynes. No,
okay.
It will be the year of the animated movie.
Ooh.
You want
straight animated.
Straight animated movie.
Not live action animated.
5 of the top 10 movies will be animated movies.
Bang them out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I missed. I was in the middle of my bit there when I heard your distinction. Not necessarily. I dig the kind of,
Are we calling
like The Lion King?
Oh, see, I don't call that animated.
But it's on the back of this list. But I still think it deserves consideration.
Okay, I don't know if we consider that. I think we consider that partially animated.
Like Dumbo. What do we do with Dumbo?
That's live action. The whole point of those movies is that they're live action.
I know they're the live action ones, but they're fucking animated stories, and we're animating the main characters. So what gives?
But if you say that Dumbo is an animated movie, you'd be like, yeah, the one from 1948? Yeah, that's animated.
Whatever, man. The other ones are Lego Movie, Toy Story 4, and Frozen 2. So there you go. Also, Sudeikis is returning for Angry Birds sequel. So.
Okay. Are they doing his Angry Birds sequel?
Oh, yeah.
Get the fuck out. Do people even still play the game?
Are you kidding me?
Do you play the game?
It was like the 5th most bought app of...
Really?
No, I'm making all that up.
Yeah.
I played it for a couple months. I never got past a certain level, and I just hung up the skates,
Yeah.
or whatever you...
Hung up the birds.
The wings.
Put the birds to roost, or whatever. Mine is similar, actually. Mine is 2019 will be the year of Disney. This is going to be the year where we actually all start. 2018 was really the year where we kind of all were like, Netflix might have too much power because everything was Netflix. Like they had like some of the top movies. Entertainment just revolved around Netflix in 2018 for the most part, honestly. Like everything is about that.
Well, the Stranger Things kids. They just took the world by storm.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we got Finn Wolfhand and It.
Adam Sandler made a couple
And the
other
conversation
movies.
comes back to Netflix.
Will Smith made a movie where he's an alien or some shit. That might have been 2017, but
What was that
2019 will be the year where we
movie?
all
Bright or something like that?
Yeah, where we all really have the conversation with ourselves being like, Disney might be too powerful.
Because they get their streaming service this year.
Streaming service, but also can I read to you the list of movies they have coming out in 2019?
Give it
Some
to
of them
me.
overlap with you are not animated, but you're considering them animated movies. 1, Captain Marvel. 2, Avengers Endgame. 3, Toy Story 4. 4, the live action Aladdin. I literally wrote live action. Live action Aladdin. 5, live action Lion King. 6, live action Dumbo. 7, Frozen 2. 8, Star Wars Episode 9. 9, Spider-Man Far From Home. 10, Artemis Fowl, which is 10 and 11 are Artemis Fowl and the Penguins documentary, but I'm throwing them in there anyway because like those could be surprised. Those are your sleepers. If you're going to invest in something, invest in Penguins. That's what I would invest in.
Yeah, Penguins are batting 1,000 as it stands now.
Yeah.
There's not been a Penguin thing to come out and not absolutely knock it out of the park.
People fucking dig.
I don't understand why.
Yeah.
I think actually
Penguins.
Matt had this take a while ago where it's like, what the fuck is the deal?
I think they're fucking
They
rat
carry
birds.
pebbles around a long way, and other than that, they just stand around in huddles and fuck around.
They carry rocks around and we're supposed to like care.
They're loud and shit everywhere. Why do we care?
There's
a reason they're only in Antarctica. They've been killed off of every other fucking continent.
All I want is for somebody to tell me why the fuck I should care. because I don't get it. Surf's Up's the best Penguin movie of all time.
Yeah, Surf's Up. Okay, I care.
It's by far the best Penguin movie of all time. We're
I
not
care
gonna
when we
beat it.
get Kelly Slater and Robin Chotto to voice actual fucking penguins.
But anyway, like, okay, 3 classic Disney movies that they're doing the live action of, which by the way, the cast is fantastic for all of them. They also got Toy Story 4 and Frozen 2 coming out.
Yep.
That's going to break the fucking internet. Then for Marvel, they have Captain Marvel, which will do, but might get a little bit of the Black Panther thing going because it's like women superhero, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we have Avengers, which could be, right now I'm predicting might be the biggest movie of all time, Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, I probably will.
And then you have like the fact that those are the big ones, and then Star Wars Episode 9.
Yeah.
Like that's one of their low.
And that one's already
guys.
getting traction where it's like, forget what you heard about Episode 8. We agree. We fucked it up. This one's going to be amazing.
Overall, would you consider 2018 a good year?
I don't have anything bad about it, but there's nothing remarkable about it.
You
I don't think it's a good year. I think it's I think it's just a wash.
You know what 2018 was? It was a pivotal year for Pool Boy. This was our first.
Well, it was the year
real
of the dog, which is my year. 94 was the year of the dog.
What does that have to do with
the Chinese calendar is very telling. Very telling. Zodiac and Chinese calendar.
So it's a great year for Pool Boy, and you go, well, it's the year of the dog.
Well, it was.
That's pretty close to when it was like, or Angry Birds, you know, Jason Statham and Angry Birds was like, so
you're talking about 2018. I'm telling you facts about 2018. What is this that's off topic?
Like so much of it. I'm crying. But no, yeah, big year for this is big year for Pool Boy. That's what it's going to end up being known as when we're looking back. It's like, well, that was the year that they figured a lot of their shit out. Mm-hmm. And 2019 is when we really.
You're the pig.
I don't care. Nobody fucking cares.
Oh, except for, I don't know, 3 billion people in fucking China. They
Oh,
care.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, over a fucking third of the population.
This might be the pod club. You're the pig. And then after that, what do we have?
I don't know.
You're the dragon.
I don't think anyone knows.
That's true. The Chinese don't figure that out until about midway through each year.
Well, you wait on signs. It's a lot like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. Where it's like, this feels like sort of a cock year.
For the golden dragon to emerge, and then you call it's the golden dragon's year.
I was born end of 92. You're the monkey.
Okay.
Yeah. You're the monkey.
That's a good one.
He's
a member of Kung Fu Panda's team. Yeah. Don't think about it.
Monkey.
Yeah,
yes, he was. Yeah. When's the Year of the Mantis coming out? I'd love for Seth Rogen to get some love. Anyway, 2018, little Pool Boy update. So 2018 was great. We how many sketches did we do this year? 45?
Something in that neighborhood. We're over 40. Yeah.
That's pretty great.
If you include things like all the Tucker Carlsons, which obviously, and like if you go as far as stretch like the little Corona bit we did, then we're in the 40s.
We I think multiplied our
we are over 100 podcasts.
Over 100 podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Not talking pictures, but like Potheads, Fresh Batch, what have you.
Our audience has grown exponentially I think our if you just look at followers alone, I think our Instagram now is like 4 times as big, but it's also like we're getting even more views per thing or whatever, something to do with algorithms or some shit. Podcast, we're I think at least over 1,000 when you add up all the different little locations. Good stuff.
The pool is getting crowded.
We still have to figure out what we call our audience though, because we can't. Poolies is what you want to call it, because it's
a little derivative.
Right.
Yeah,
sounds a lot like stoolies.
Yeah,
and we don't want to steal stoolies.
Can it be an inclusive thing where everybody's a pool boy? You're a pool boy. He's a pool boy. She's a pool boy.
Yeah,
we're all pool boys.
Yeah, but then I want some sort of like. We should have some sort of like OG pool boys. So we should. You know what we should do? We should just become a motorcycle club and get cuts. And just have something where it's just like original pool boy.
Got the logo.
Like yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We got a new logo this year.
Yeah, that's big.
Fun stuff.
Official colors.
Big stuff's coming.
Yeah.
Big stuff's okay. Listen to me, big stuff's coming. Yeah, we're working on a new website and stickers coming soon. Okay, sweet.
We do have a musical guest.
Well, real quick, we got to answer one of our not Pooly. Whatever we call our audience fan base question. Tanner Brutt asks us.
Tanner Brutt's a good egg.
Tanner Brutt's a good guy.
Good people.
He's a good pool or whatever we call him. He says, for all the big cities without a major sports team, which city deserves a major sports team the most? Tanner Brutt asked that question. Neu, what's your answer?
Well, Vegas is already getting one, so I vote Honolulu. Why, you ask? Because outside of Vegas, they are currently the only town, or they're the second highest TV ratings for a city without a major sports team.
Interesting.
So as weird as that sounds, because it's like fucking who's gonna fly to Honolulu to do shit? They are into it, and let's give them a team.
That's interesting.
I will travel to games. I don't care.
I think it would be.
I
the
need
type
excuses
of thing,
to go to Hawaii.
It would be the type of thing where it's like you really have to buy in.
Oh yeah.
You're really relying on them buying in, and then also. It could become like what Vegas is, where it's like when your team's playing there, you travel.
Oh, it's a
like,
big
hell
deal.
Yeah, let's go to Hawaii for a little bit. But the downside of that is, we're already playing games in London. It's the same distance.
Oh yeah, if you're the Giants and you're playing the Rainbow Warriors, I'm gonna let them hijack the university's logo or mascot. Yeah, that's a fucking 10-hour swing.
Also, I'm gonna just throw out one other issue I have with it. It's kind of dangerous in Hawaii.
You're saying this from the Momentum doc?
No. I mean, no. We watched that surfing doc.
The locals are crazy.
I mean, well, there's this whole sort of like locals only culture when it comes to surfing, and I assume a lot of players will pick that up. But there's also volcanoes.
Sure.
Active volcanoes that are actually always erupting at some like every day.
There's active volcanoes in Oregon. Okay.
But Oregon isn't on an island. You can drive far away. This you need to get on a boat.
Okay.
So best have yourself a boat.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're in trouble. Remember when there was a thing where everybody in Hawaii got the message being like a nuke's coming? Okay. That turned out to be a hoax, but
we gotta talk about that more often. Whose fuck up was that? You can't just hit that button. And like it's all good.
Good for whatever.
We're just gonna be bygones on that thing.
Good for the organization that rallied around whoever made that fuck up and not releasing his name, because that person was probably just like, oh, fuck me. And then also, I mean, Pearl Harbor. Stuff
There's a reason why it can't be there.
Big dangerous stuff happens in Hawaii.
A day which will live in infamy. A town which will live in infamy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can't have a team.
Yeah.
Because of your rich American history.
Because of Pearl Harbor. That's my argument. My answer to the question is Austin, Texas.
Okay.
2 reasons. One, it's the biggest U.S. metropolitan area that doesn't currently have a sports team.
Okay.
2, I'm getting real fucking sick and tired of Texas having by far the largest fan bases for everything. And keep in mind, I love Texas.
You love Texas.
We went to school in Texas. But Texas, I have a few buddies who are fans of literally just all of the Texas sports teams. San Antonio, Dallas, the Rangers, Houston Astros. I'm fucking sick of it, man. It's a weird, huge area with tons of football loving fans. We need to take some away from the Cowboys and let's give the Austin, hippies or weirdos or whatever the fuck they want.
When it's convenient, there are specific sports teams to root for in Texas. So like guys will come out of the woodwork and be like, "What are you talking about? I've always been an Astros, Cowboys, and fucking Spurs fan. Those are my teams.
JJ Watt's my
Chris
guy.
Bounds, you asshole. But outside of that, it's like at any given point, you got 3 teams you can pick from. And no one, I mean, unless you're in Dallas or Houston specifically, which isn't the majority of Texas, you just get to pick. It's horseshit.
Yeah. All right. So that's my answer, Austin, Texas. But then also the easy answer is Birmingham, Alabama for football. But you know what? To be honest, well, 1, the AAF has given it to them, and 2, right?
Yeah.
And 2,
the Birmingham Iron.
2, do they really? They already have Bama,
and they have the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, they already have so much. Give it to Austin, Texas. Let them figure out what to do with it. Okay, and is that the pod?
That's the pod.
By far our most unorthodox podcast.
No, that was a true boys pod. That was a Jack and Jack special.
That was you and me just sort of. I'm exhausted right now. I usually speak 30% of the podcast.
I know.
I might need a little nap scheme.
You just hijacked this pod. You took 70. You left me with 30.
I'm sorry if I did. I didn't mean to.
Really kidding.
Who is our musical guest?
Performing / covering Simon and Garfunkel's hit song, "The Sound of Silence."
Ooh, yeah.
It is Disturbed.
Yeah.
Darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stared by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fools say now you do not know, silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words and I might teach you, take my arms and I might reach you, but my words like silent raindrops fell and echoed in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign lashed out